We begin with this, a proposal for a jet fuel facility at Austin's airport. It's causing some concern for a lot of people who live near the proposed site. You can see the site would be located to the west of the airport, Highway 71 here, the airport, and Highway 183, which is on the side of the proposed site. Now, the fuel cells would go into this area not far from 183. As we zoom in, you can see the neighborhood of concern. That's where the people live that are concerned about the proposed site. It's not far from Highway 183. Airport officials say they will add 2 fuel tanks to this area. But as we zoom in even further, you can see the distance we're talking about. It's pretty close to that neighborhood. The proposed site is about 640 to 740 feet away. That's about the length of 2 football fields. The proposed site here, the neighborhood here, just off Highway 183, and that's where the people live who are concerned about this new facility. Bryce Newberry has been following this story for us, and he's live at the airport tonight with the latest. Bryce?
Hey, Brian, the council is still weighing that measure from District 2 Council member Vanessa Fuentes that calls for the airport to evaluate at least 3 other possible locations for this jet fuel facility and restart the environmental approval process. You can see behind me here, this is the area where that proposed facility is currently located. But tonight, neighbors of the airport are still unsure after months of concern. Since it opened 22 years ago, Richard Fletcher has called the Austin airport his neighbor. He's fighting against a new neighbor moving in 2 jet fuel storage tanks just hundreds of feet away.
There's some safety issues with them putting their tank farm right over here across the fence from me.
The tank farm is where 2 new 1.5 million gallon jet fuel tanks to support growth at Austin's airport are causing division. Fletcher and his neighbors like Ruben Torres worry they're just too close to home.
As far as the air pollution, contamination of the water, and that's my concern, and people getting sick.
Currently, jet fuel is stored about 300 feet from airport administrative buildings and about 1,500 feet from the Barbara Jordan terminal. The airport operates with only up to 3 days worth of fuel at a time, while the industry standard is up to 7 days. The fuel farm is needed to keep up with growing demand for new flights.
A delay in this project will have negative implications to existing air service at Austin, and a delay in the project will also put pressure on any future growth at the Austin airport.
Since 2019, the airport has issued 16 fuel shortage alerts, 11 of them just last year.
The airlines are asked to tanker fuel in or carry extra fuel with them, or have the risk of diverting out of Austin to fuel somewhere in a different airport.
A federal environmental review and independent city analysis found the fuel farm would have no significant impact on the environment. But neighbors insist the best way to have no negative impact is to build the tank facility elsewhere.
It's been 47 years ago I moved in here on this piece of property. I just don't feel like that I need to move, especially at my age.
And if the council approves this measure as written, it could take an additional 2.5 years before a new jet fuel facility gets built here at Austin's airport. A decision on this could come in the next hour. We'll have that update for you online just as soon as it happens and on air tonight at 10.